Are you making HSA contributions and about to enroll in Medicare, whether you're turning 65 or later? Very confusing rules. I'm going to explain them with a case study. That and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Are you on a qualifying high-deductible health plan where you can fund an HSA? If you are, I hope you're funding that HSA. I hope you're contributing to that health savings account. Again, those dollars are not use it or lose it. That's your money, and it gives you the trifecta of tax benefits, where most tax shelters, you only get two of these. That trifecta is your contributions are a deduction. They're pre-tax, okay? So you get a benefit when you make a contribution in, and if you make that contribution out of payroll, saves you FICA as well. All the growth and activity within that HSA is tax sheltered, but then when you withdraw that money from your HSA for qualifying medical purposes, then it comes out tax free. So it's the best of the pre-tax IRA and the Roth sort of combined. And therefore, hopefully, your present financial position, your tax plan, your protection planning, all of that fits together to say, yeah, fund that thing and contribute the maximum amount, and that your long-term retirement plan and your estate plan are considered as well, and you consider maybe investing it or treating it like a retirement asset or a long-term asset. But here's the deal. When you are about to retire or about to get onto Medicare, the rules around how much you can contribute and when get fuzzy. It's very, very complicated. Why? Because in order to contribute to an HSA, you need a qualifying high-deductible health plan. It's going to say HSA eligible. So you need that high-deductible health plan, and that's what allows you to contribute. But you also cannot have any other insurance, any other health insurance. There's a couple rare, unique examples if you've got family coverage and whatnot, but for the most part, you can't have any other insurance, health insurance, as well as an HSA. If you do, then you can't contribute to the HSA. The idea is, well, if you are working and your employer offers a qualifying high-deductible health plan and it's pretty cheap for you to join, but your spouse also has health insurance through their employer and you get on their plan too because it's affordable, well, now you've actually got a low-deductible plan and you're able to get these tax benefits for contributing to the HSA. No bueno. The IRS shut that down. So therefore, this other requirement is you can't have another health insurance plan along with a high-deductible health plan and still fund an HSA. So again, these rules then around applying and enrolling in Medicare can be a little confusing. So let's explain two different case studies. One that's more straightforward and really simple. The other one where we get to see how these rules play out in real life. Okay, so first scenario, and this is how we should logically expect it to work, and it in every situation doesn't, but this is the simple one. Okay, individual is working right now and has a group plan, and it's a qualifying high-deductible health plan, and they are funding that HSA, especially right before they retire. They want to get the maximum deduction. They are retiring at the end of the year, and that happens to be the same time they turn 65, and therefore they'll be retiring at the end of the year, 12/31. They turn 65 in January, and that's when they'll be enrolling on the Medicare. Okay, in that instance, you'd expect, well, they've got a qualifying high-deductible health plan for the entire year, and they have no other health insurance because they're not on Medicare until the very next day, and therefore their contribution limit is that full amount. And for an individual in 2023, $4,850, it's $1,000 less than that, but you get an extra $1,000 if you're age 55 or older. So that's the amount. They contribute that amount to their HSA. They're allowed to deduct the whole thing, and they're fine. That's easy, right? That's what you should expect. Second scenario is same type of thing. Individual is working and they're on a group plan that is a qualifying high-deductible health plan. They turn 65 in July, but they continue working, staying on the group plan, not getting on Medicare. They continue working until the other individual, 12/31, at the end of the year, and they get on Medicare the very next day, the beginning in January, okay? So they're on a high-deductible health plan the entire year, and they're not on Medicare until January 1st. Just the only difference is birthday, they turn 65 in July. Well, certainly they were on that high deductible health plan the entire year. They didn't get on to Medicare until January. They should be able to fund the full $4,850, correct? No, they cannot, because when you enroll into Medicare after you're age 65, they actually backdate Part A for 6 months or until your 65th birthday, whichever is shorter, okay? Whichever is shorter. So they backdate it 6 months because they want to make sure there aren't any gaps in coverage and reconciliation. And it is a long explanation, but it actually creates a lot of complexity for those of you that are on a high deductible health plan funding an HSA and work past 65. I'm not saying don't do it. In fact, I love that strategy. However, you need to be aware of this rule. In this instance, because they were still working past 65, enrolled into Medicare for January 1, Medicare Part A is backdated 6 months, which in this example, to make it easy, it actually coincides with the month the individual turned 65, and therefore their HSA contribution for this year is not allowed the full $4,850. Half of that, $2,425, is the amount that they'd be able to contribute and deduct for their HSA because of this retroactive application that the rule that Medicare has. Yes, there are some unique circumstances that I'm not getting into as far as, well, if there's family coverage and if the primary insurance holder is not the one retiring, then there's a little bit of leeway with this, but by and large, that rarely impacts folks, and most often it's that circumstance I shared. So, more of the story. If you've got a qualifying high deductible health plan, use that HSA. Work with your CFP. Make sure you're contributing the right amount. Make sure you're contributing the right way, whether that's coming out of paycheck or what's best for you. And yeah, work as long as you can or as long as you feel like it. But just know, if you work past 65 and stay on your group plan past 65, there is this wrinkle, this hurdle, this extra calculation that you need to be aware of to figure out how much you can contribute into your HSA the year before or the year that you enroll into Medicare, and you need to be aware of this 6-month look back. So work with your CFP on that. Again, this is why your CFP should be doing comprehensive financial planning, and in that process, collaborating with your different insurance or your different financial professionals. So in this case, a health insurance expert, to ensure that you've got alignment and that you're not missing something or making a huge blunder, making a mistake. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@Korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.